Welcome to this particular series where we are exploring business process automation, okay, with Gen AI. So this is another agent library, small agents library, which is by Hugging Face. And through this one, we can do a lots of business process automation as well as browser automation also. Okay. So now if we look into this GitHub page and understand what they have mentioned small agent is a library that enables you to run powerful agents in a few line of codes. That's what we are going to see in the coding side also. Okay. And they are using code agent actually first write the code and then execute the code, as opposed agents being used to write code. So in other agentic AI platform, we have what I have seen. We need to give a like goal and then backstory and some other stuff, and then we can call those particular agent. But here, it first you give the prompt, it will first write the code and then it will execute the code. So in certain cases where the you need to like look into the coding side, or like you have to dynamically see the coding, that will also work. And this is very powerful, right? Because it is actually generating the code for you first time. And hub integration is also there, and model agnostic is also there. It supports multiple LLM and transformers, Olama, it supports multiple LLM also. And then if we look into how to set up, we need to install small agents. This is pip install small agents. That's the stuff. You don't need anything else, but you need Hugging Face API for sure. Okay. So we look into the Hugging Face token side in that particular, like when we do and then walk you through the coding also. And this is a sample code that they have shared in the GitHub page, duck search tool. And then this is the way it actually inference client model, and this is the code agent. And we need to give the tool or assign the tool and then give the model. How many seconds would it take to for a leopard at full speed to run through a point deserts? So if we see this particular demo and then play, see it, agents run, see step one, and then step one it generate the code very quickly. You probably have not seen, see this is the code it got generated, and then in step 2 it's actually executing the code. Okay. And the final answer in 9.63. So that's the one, but we are going to see Selenium side or browser automation side, and this is the way we can push it to how also. There are some other details are mentioned also over here. If you want to use Bedrock models, that you can also do, import Bedrock, Amazon Bedrock models, and then you can give the model ID. That's the one. And in our series, we have seen earlier, if we look into this one, we have seen test automation with Gen AI. This is through browser use. Okay. And then we implemented one Streamlit also for the browser use. Okay. And if we look into the Playwright side also, let's go to Playwright. This is the Playwright MCP server. So you can look into this particular video as well. Okay. So if you look this one, this is another video. Okay. So that you can look into it. But here we are going to do with a small agent. So let's jump to our VS Code and start our implementation. Let's open VS Code and start our coding with the small agent. So let's close VNB. Okay, so this is the folder that I have already created and the test.py. So let me quickly walk you through the code. So small agent, we are going to use code agent, HF API model, and DuckDuckGo search tool. Model ID is not required because HF API model will automatically decide which model to take. And in HF API model, you need to give the token of your access token of your Hugging Face. If you are not aware how to go and get the Hugging Face token, log into your Hugging Face account and then go to access token and then create a new token from this particular button. Click on the button and then it will allow to create a token. You need to give a name of the token. You can give any name and make sure that this inference make calls of inference provider you checked. Okay. Otherwise, you are not allowed to uh, get that particular call from your code. Okay. So this is the one that you need. Once you have that particular token and your configuration, so you can put it here. Let's not run it. Let's go to other side like DuckDuck Go search is the tool in our agent. Okay, so this is our agent, and the model will come from there. And additional authorized imports that we need, either Selenium, we are going need we will use Selenium. We will use Selenium WebDriver common keys, Selenium WebDriver common by, and WebDriver manager Chrome. Okay, now this is the command that I just want to run, that open amazon.com and search for a laptop and add to cart. So let's run it. So let's see how these things works. Okay, so very first thing, we got an error that interpreter error, import from Selenium WebDriver. It's not working. Let's close this one. Let's stop with Control C button and let's see the log and find out what are the error. Okay. Okay. So this is the error: import from Selenium WebDriver Chrome service is not allowed. Authorized imports are this. Okay. So these are the authorized imports right now in code agent. So now if we go see how this code agent work, code agent first generate the code and then execute that code. So you can see where here it generates service and service Chrome driver manager, right? So that's the thing. So this is actually creating a problem because we told like to import that particular library, right? WebDriver manager Chrome, and that's why the code got generated with Chrome driver manager, right? And it just added some line of code which is not currently allowed in the code agent. Okay, small agent. So that's why let's delete this one. We don't need this one. Let's delete that one and again try to run it. Let's run it, and we at the very first step, and the step one, it will first see it actually identify one model, right? HF API model. So it identify one model dynamically and then it will first create the code. Okay, that's the first step. The agent will first generate the code and then another step will execute the code. So this code got generated dynamically. Okay, so agent created one Selenium code. Now it's actually launching. Oh, that's the anyway. Amazon does not allow to have like automated way to launch any web. Okay, anyway, but the concept is that here we could able to generate the like code and then execute the code with a prompt. Okay, so that's the beauty. So in our test automation, to write that simple code or to open amazon.com, we might need to write a like little bit of coding. So this is very simple example, but if you look into total dynamic of test automation, it might take a lot of time to write a lots of coding to implement a lot of stuff, right? So here you can see another stuff. It's actually trying. Okay, it's actually trying because it got failed in the very first try. That's why agent has a capability to do some decision making, and as in the very first run it could not able to generate the proper result. That's why it tried to open the browser again. Let me try another one. Let's just write a Selenium test to run and open Google and search for generative AI. Let's run it here, and the first thing the code will generate from the step one. That's a beauty, right, of this generative AI agent concept. It first generate the code, see, and then open google.com and search for generative AI. That's fine. That is what we are looking for. So I will just close this one. Okay, let's again like automated process. The these are the all like very secured websites, right? It does not allow that much of automated concept through the like agent. Okay. So anyway, so that's another example that we have seen so far. Another one that we'll see. Let's open. Let's try for I think Google News. Let's search for Google News. So we'll open this particular URL and ask our agent to fetch the result. Okay, so let's fetch the uh, one story or one result. Fetch title of one news. Let's see how it behaves. Let's run it. So this time it will fail. I know this will fail. Okay, but what I want to demonstrate you that it will actually try. Okay, the agentic behavior is that it will rerun the way our test automation works, right? It first, in our typical Selenium, if it does not work, then it stops. Okay, there are certain mechanism to use rerun mechanism also, but here it does automatically. It as it failed, okay, to fetch the result. So again, it try. Okay, again it will try to open the Google News again, and then this is a second try, and then step 3, again it will try to do the remaining stuff. Okay, see, this is the code it got generated, and it's again trying to fetch the title of the first any top story. See here, you can see it tried multiple times and then it stopped working, and then final result it said like failed to fetch the result. So that we can also get as a result of that particular agent, and then we can validate what result actually appeared. And these are the different code actually it tried and then generated in different run. It dynamically changed the code. It dynamically changed the way like Selenium code we do normally in our like as a like automation developer, right? So that same thing is doing small agent. So hope you understood the small agent. You can play around it, but remember that the token of Hugging Face will expire very soon. Okay, with maybe 2 or 3 try, you can either go for the pro plan, or you can try with 2 or 3 different like email ID and create the token and play around it. Okay, so but you need to understand the concept. Okay, that's the main thing. Okay, thank you.